Hey everyone, we just had a crazy weekend full of premium action at Bushiroad Rumble Online, and today we're just going to talk about all of it. We're going to look at the top 8, kind of what the top cut basically, and just look at the top 4 decks. And of course, on Thursday when we do the VG top decks, we'll take a look at the BRO stuff. We'll see how people did, read your comments, read your stories. That's what it's all about, right? But today it's much more of the serious stuff and just to get into what's been going on. Now, Premium has undergone some changes. We did get a clan collection, P-clan collection pack that released quite a lot of stuff. And also there was a ban list that might not have done as much, but you know what? The format is actually quite surprising. We're going to go through all the regions, and I think you guys, if you weren't paying attention over the weekend, you'll probably be quite surprised as well. So here, let's start off with the Aero region. That was first, and we have the top 8 for Premium as well. So we can see, basically, there's 8 different decks. What's been going on? Wasn't this supposed to be like Nightmare Doll meta, where everyone is just playing Nightmare Dolls? Well, not so much. It looks like a lot of people are experimenting new things. People have learned new ways to combat the metagame. And people have just learned overall how to deal with it. Not saying that Nightmare Doll is a bad deck. It's still a very good deck. But, you know, there are options out there and people want to experiment. Now, just think. You see that there's 8 different decks in the top 8 for AO. Well, technically the Ghidorah should have been a Mystery Flare Dragon. Mystery Flare Turbo, actually. And that actually did legitly top 8 the previous day, but here's the thing, if you don't wake up for top 8, then you don't play top 8. And that's exactly what happened. So, unfortunate. I think Peter was like 10th, so they slotted him in with his Ghidorah, and he did top he did top later on as well. So he got a top and then a lucky double top, you know. So congrats to him. But you can see, yeah, again, we have a Dark Irregulars, we got Ghidorah, which was also like a Year Chronicle. Then we had a Spike Brothers kind of slept on. We got a Highlander deck here as well. We have a Nightmare Doll. We have a Grand Blue. We have a Thavis. And then we have a Susano. So a bit of everything. What did actually come out on top? So we have WCZ Suru here. My boy Steven came first with his Highlander list. Then we've got Noto. She did very well with NLK Barrow. And then Darren Carning with the 3rd place Nightmare Doll, and then 4th place was Yusei with the Spike Brothers, right? So let's kind of take a quick look at the list. First one is the Highlander list. As you can see, not much to say. It's got the Highlander core there. You know what you should be putting in as 2s, right? You know, the Aqua to add 2, the Kutira 2. The rest is really up to you, but it's generally at 1. I think the one thing is just that the new Stride is really cool. I actually like this list. Before, when I was playing Highlander, it wasn't a very easy deck at all. You did require... You had to think, right? And because you have the new Stride now, the new Heltruda, she makes things a lot more easier. My smaller brain can process this better. So yeah, it kind of changes the playstyle in a way. And we just saw how if you watch the stream, and I think the VODs should generally be posted up if there's no issues. Then you can kind of see how the deck works. But overall, I really like this deck. And it's just kind of like the next evolution of Highlander to the next level, right? The next stage. But then we have the 2nd place. Now, this is quite interesting. This is Noto's NLK deck. Now, like, you know, NLK has always kind of been a thing. But people kind of like downplayed overall, like, the support that it got. But you can kind of see from just the results here, NLK just seems to get better every single time. And I'm sure, like, you will see why it gets better. 4-Fax was great. It's got a great G-Guardian. That's really just kind of factored into why DI is a pretty decent deck now, right? It's not like it wasn't decent before, but it's still a pretty good deck. And then we have the Nightmare Dolls from Darren. This hasn't changed at all, right? Really hasn't changed. It just works. It actually just works. What did he replace with the Harry Band? Well, just, you don't even care about it. Right? Just put in some G-Guardians, and you're pretty much set. Then we have the spikes. This spike is actually quite interesting. It's leveraging the power of like just the Galligabalus. Can't get the name. Right? Galligabalus. Just how strong it is on the first one. And can play super aggressive with just, you know, your Rising Nova and then just your general spike plays. Yeah, we saw him use this Ambush Dexter quite a lot just to make more and more attacks, which was really, really cool. And just like the extra Makani here as well, just for the extra tire against like annoying things like Honolly and things like that. So overall, I think this is pretty cool. We tried to see it multiple times on stream, but always something happened, but we finally saw it in the top cut, basically, the top format. So that was pretty cool. And then just showing off the last deck here, I'm always a big OTT fan. This was Mo's OTT deck. He was running Susano. Still kind of the same idea. You have Susano, you have the Amaterasu's and the Ichikishimas, but then you kind of go for the Popo finisher. Well, he's running some interesting techs here. You have the Tsukuyomi that can be searched, and then it allows you to kind of look at the top 5 card of deck to kind of dig like a card out. Just kind of nice. It's kind of nice, but overall, like, putting in the one Tsukuyomi is not bad because size effect is actually still good. Like her second effect that just kind of lets you look at the top 2 is a really, really good effect. So you can go, okay, I want to run 4 of this, and then just kind of chuck in the Tsukuyomi, because why not, right? Because why not? So overall, that's very, very nice. And then we have the new Dragon King stride that is just pretty good. Just really good. Just fixes your kind of first stride problem, and then the 2 new G-Guards. That's pretty nice. But that was only one region, right? Let's kind of take a look at the EU region as well. And this one is surprisingly much more like less diverse than the Aero one. Usually EU is like the one where everyone just plays whatever they want. And as you can see here, there is like a way more Narukami players, right? You have like 3 Narukamis split between like 2 Vanquishes and 1 Dungaree. Then you have a Highlander. This is actually Suru. This is actually Steven. He topped Aero and then went straight to EU and just went undefeated there as well. He was on a run. He was on a run. But unfortunately, he lost in top 8, so unlucky. Then we have another NLK Barrel list. Then we have a Shiryuki list as well. And then we got a Mystery Flare Turbo list. And then finally, the Shield Official. This is Peter, who was also in the Aero region as well. But let's kind of look at what top 4. So first place was actually the NLK list by KG Sphinxtis. Then Nico came second with the Shiryuki list, the Murakuma list. It's kind of been floating around, even P-Clan collection. But now with the support, it's much more threatening. They have Muzrax, the Mystery Flare Turbo person, who fell asleep in AO, and I think he was piling this deck in Springfest as well. So you know, yeah, people said he had a bit of things to prove, and I think he proved it by technically topping 2 regions, right, and coming 3rd. So yeah, his record was pretty good here. And then lastly, we have Aya, who was playing a Dungaree Narukami list. I'm actually very interested in this player because apparently he was Australian. Apparently they were Australian, so trying to figure out who they were, right? Trying to figure out. So if you know, well, let me know. Right, let me know. Right, but anyway, let's kind of take a look at the lists. So we got. This is the NLK Barrel list. It is slightly different compared to the one that Noto was running. This one is running a Gastile and then also some of the drag forms. And that's kind of, otherwise the rest of it is kind of similar, I guess. Right, I think he's running some extra draws here as well, just to kind of soul charge more. But yeah, very interesting list. Another variant of NLK Barrow. It's pretty cool. Then with the Shiryuki list, this one's pretty cool as well. You know, you just minus your opponent, get value. It's actually like a interesting combo deck that I kind of that you know does a lot of things. All right, does a lot of things. So very, very nice. Lost in the finals due to I think it was a tutor pass, and the opponent got like a crit heal and just dealt like I think it was that and dealt like 4 damage. It was pretty crazy. And then we had the 3rd place list, the Mystery Flare Turbo list. You know, just get another turn and just keep on popping, right? So very cool. And then in 4th place we have that Dungaree list as well. Just another variant of Narukami. Where you can just like either stun-verse or exterminate, right? So I think the Dungaree lists have been out for a while now as well. I think some people played in Springfest, especially in like Europe as well. So kind of cool, but again, you know, interesting to see how these Narukami builds are developing, right? And then finally we have the NA region, not the NO region, the NA region. This one we have 3 Bermudas. 2 Dimension Police, 2 Mega Colony, 2 Narukami, 2 Gi Chronicle, 1 Pale Moon, 1 Genesis, 1 Grand Blue, 1 OTT, and 1 Angel Feather. So this Angel Feather, I think, was Angel Gize, right? And then the Bermudas, I think, were all kind of different things. It was like, so it's here. It looks like it's 2 Highlander and then 1 Riviere, right? And then Ghidorah is still kind of popping up, you know, still saying, you know, even though we got hit, it's still a good deck. And I think that's kind of where you want it to be, right? You don't want to like hit Mega Colony and just watch it just deaded, right? But you want to hit it so it's still kind of like still good, unless it's Neo Necro, then it's just tanked, right? Just absolutely gone. The Narukami as well is like a Vanquisher and Eradicators, which is pretty cool. And then I think the crazy one is like there's a Mystery Flare Turbo here, but then there's also Steam Maidens. That's insane. Anyway, let's look at the top 4. Let's look at the top 4. So here we have is Megatrick coming first with Nightmare Doll. So yeah, Nightmare Doll's still good. When you put it in the hands of a good player, they can perform. And he winning NA. There's 9 rounds and that top 16. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely doing well. You got Fam here with the Riviere. We saw Fam high roll a lot, right? Just get that superior ride going and popping off. So able to just like get all the way to the finals. Just missed the finals. You know, it's just close, that close, but fortunately couldn't finish it off. But then we got Ares with the Vanquisher build, and then Toby, so WC Toby, the Eradicators build as well. So that's pretty cool. Two Narukami as well. Like a lot of people were also hyping up Narukami for this tournament, but again, right? Again, every single one of these top 8s have been relatively diverse. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. Let's kind of look at the list. So here we go. We've got the Pale Moon list, right? Tried and true. It just works. Just give it to a good player and they'll do well, right? Sorry, Derek. In second place, we have Riviere. Just Riviere, full-on Riviere engine. It's got some nice text, right? It's got the grade 1 here that basically just shuts down like removal, because you just can't be, all your regards can't be chosen by effects of your opponent. So wow, just open that, put it in the back, bam, no can do. All right, no can do. Then in third place we have the Vanquisher list. So this is just straight up V Vanquisher with like this is going a lot of crits though. This is going into that 11 crit land. 11 crit land. That's right, because we have the over trigger round. But just overall, like it's like a V Vanquisher build. You know, four old nulls, 4 of the Thunderstrike nulls, but then just slap in those stun verses and exterminates, and you're good to go. And then we got Toby's list here, which is more of Eradicators with like some Esmeralda to get the multi-attacks. But yeah, just a kind of a different focus. One is just the Vanquisher, one is the Eradicators, and you still got the Strides, right? But then let's kind of take a look at the other lists as well. Some of the interesting ones. And we got I like the Battle Sisters one. Again, another way to play OTT. We saw the Susanoo from Mo before. This one is just the Battle Sisters as well. And I mean, Battle Sisters are getting more support. They also look nice. So that's a plus. That's a plus and can be played very aggressive. And this deck is pretty much just straight up like mostly V, except for like the Calico. The rest of it, you know, big V numbers, big V shields in a way as well. And then lastly, we've got that Steam Maiden list, which is pretty insane, you know? It's like, what is this? Steam Maiden in premium? Is this Time Leap? You know, you got the Melon there as well. You got the TikTok. So maybe this is more supposed to be a Time Leap build than just like this is Steam Maiden. I guess Melon is a Steam Maiden, so it all makes sense. I think this is pretty cool. It was able to make top 16. So it's definitely doing something right? And I think it just kind of comes to show like where the format is at. Let's just quickly go through the top 8s again. So yeah, you look at this. There's not really a defined kind of best deck yet, right? If we want to take a look at, okay, sure. You know, NLK made it to the finals for both time. Here there were like 3 Narukamis in the top 8 as well. But then you look at NA, much more different too. You got like only 2 out of like the 16 was Narukami, and then like, you know, you got some Bermudas. Yeah, there is so much going on. I think the format really just hasn't really been solved at all, which is great, right? It just means it's a great time to play premium. You can play whatever you want, because a lot of people did, right? A lot of people did. Like they built Angel Geese, for example. They built Battle Sisters. They built Steam Maidens, and they were able to like do well with it. You know, even the Ghidorah players, they figured out more Ghidorah ways. Like this was Shield Fisher, by the way. This wasn't just Ghidorah, it was Shield Fisher. So yeah, people are coming up with new ideas, man. New ideas seem to be pretty good. And yeah, just get involved. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. BROV is coming up very, very soon as well. I think the registrations end in like about just 2 days. For me, it's on a Wednesday. So if you guys want to play V, especially the Gurgit era, G era, right? Then you guys should sign up. And if you don't, well, you can always watch the stream. You can always watch the stream. We'll be commentating on the weekend, and I hope you guys will have fun, right? So that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.